वैभव कॅमेरा ऑफ कर भाया. वैभव
Hello, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Moe madam, please
Yes,
proceed
sir.
for the further session.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to everyone present over here. Myself, Moe Kamini, Assistant Professor, Pirna College of Engineering, Department Pharmacy, Usmanabad. I extend a warm welcome to everyone present over here in this online session on how to plan for a startup, its legal and ethical. I would like to welcome Honorable Principal Dr. Mane Sir, Pirna College of Engineering, Usmanabad, respected HOD Dr. Taus Sir, all the faculty members, our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Niraj Bafna Sir, who is founder of RxCO Private Limited Pune, and all my dear students. Before we start the session, I would like to request our Honorable Principal, Dr. Mane Sir, to inspire our students with their valuable words. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, Bafna sir. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Tator sir. I
Good afternoon, sir.
I joined late. Please start. Please start.
मॅडम अनम्यूट करा.
Good afternoon to everyone present over here. Myself, Moe Kamini, Assistant Professor, Pirna College of Engineering, Department Pharmacy, Usmanabad. I extend a warm welcome to everyone present in this online session on how to plan for a startup, its legal and ethical steps. I would like to welcome Honorable Principal Dr. Mane Sir, Pirna College of Engineering, Usmanabad, respected HOD Dr. Taus Sir, all the faculty members, our Honorable Chief Guest Dr. Niraj Bafna Sir, who is the founder of RxCO Private Limited Pune, and all my dear students. Before we start the session, I would like to request Dr. Mane Sir to inspire our students with their few words. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, madam?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to all positive-minded people present over here. Why for half-day workshop on how to plan for startup and legal and ethical steps organized by Institute Innovation Council and Pharmacy Department, TPCC College of Engineering, Usmanabad. I am Dr. Vikram Simare, Principal, TPCC College of Engineering, Usmanabad. On behalf of management and our college, welcome you all for this wonderful workshop. Welcome to today's speaker, Dr. Niraj Bafna, founder, Visto Private Limited Pune. So, to conduct this workshop, my deepest welcome to all faculties, researchers, experts, and students from various locations across the world who are participated in this event. TPCS College of Engineering is one of the dream of Dr. Padma Singh Patil sir, a man full of enthusiasm and determination. He is the founder president of this premier engineering college, who turned aspirants' many golden dreams into reality. Kerala College of Engineering was established in 1983 with the goal of tuning students to future-ready pharmacists and engineers. This college is spread in 200 plus acres of eco-friendly land that houses jaw-dropping sport of and lush green gardens. We are always engaged to carry out skill growth, student development activities, due to which our more than 1,000 students started their own startups across India and 10,000 students placed in top-notch companies as well as they hold reputed positions in companies like Walmart, Reliance, Jio, Infosys, Flipkart, Vodafone, TCS, IndiaMart, Renata Precision Engineering Company Private Limited, Suraj Bilcom, Thompson Wireless Solutions, and many more. In last couple of years, we have we have been placed with 200 plus students in various reputed multinational companies. Today it's proud moment to see that our Terna faculty members are fulfilling the dreams of Honorable Dr. Padma Singh Patil sir. We have made 15 plus MOUs to sharing resources, knowledge and technology transfer. We offered certifications like exclusive maths, online courses, especially in Katia, system administrator, NPTEL courses, Infosys Springboard, Cisco, cybersecurity, and due to which our 5,000 plus students completed reputed certifications in last couple of years. At this moment, I want to share ongoing developments. We have our own Cisco center through which we offered 13 lakh per annum package at third year level. It is proud to say that yesterday we have conducted campus interviews of Moody's Solutions Private Limited special for engineering student, and today 4 students got the offer letter having the packages more than 5 lakh. We start placement activities at third year level. Our mechanical department students have been engaged to develop electrical scooter. Our CSC student engaged to develop location-based work tracking system. Our first year students started work on remote operated micro-sprinkler drip irrigation system, especially support the farmers in our region. Last year also, our students developed innovative projects like electrical car, robots, especially and student attendance monitoring system using RFID. I hope that through this workshop, our faculties get the update knowledge of startup and at the same time legal and ethical steps also. We have successfully organized and completed environmental awareness and sanitation campaigning week from 7th June to 13th June 2022. All staff and students participated in this event at various locations like stadium, dam, temples. We achieved appreciation from competent authorities for these activities. As per our valuable guidelines from our managing trustee, Honorable Niraj sir, our faculties have worked for startup and they have completed 800 plus proposals from the various villages located in Uswat Kalam and Tuldapur, and out of under PMGP and CMGP, out of 800, 5 proposals have been completed, and these people started their own startup like the shoe art, the papad udyog, then stick candles, and successfully they started. Such type of activity already going on under the honorable leadership of Honorable Jagdish Patil sir. And today we have organized a one-day workshop on how to plan for startup, legal and ethical steps. The objective of the workshop to encourage and educate the participant about the startup policies, to raise awareness to challenge of startups, to create awareness about legal and ethical steps for the startup. I'm confident that everyone get the all everyone get the everyone will satisfy this objective after attending this workshop. On behalf of management, I am very thankful to Dr. Niraj Bafna sir, founder Risco Private Limited Pune, for accepting our invitation as the resource person for this wonderful workshop. Thanks to organizing coordinator Dr. Tour sir, especially thanks to Dr. Columbia sir, PD Paikrao sir, Vinavale sir, and all heads for their painful efforts to conduct this workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your achievements in our engineering college students. Your guidance will be very helpful for our students. Today's chief guest, Dr. Bafna sir, is an inspiration to all of us, as achievements he has made is not an easy task. He has an experience as a resident entrepreneur in Catalyst IIT Mandi, in Nidhi EIR Research Fellow in Venture Center NCL Innovation Park. He has role as a key functional associate in MIT and Harvard Medical School, Cambridge, Boston. Also, he has experience in strategy and growth in international business, Genex Pharma, Mumbai. He had worked as an intern clinical pharmacist in Bharti Hospital and Research Center, Pune. He is a founder, president in Indian Pharmaceutical Association Student Forum, Pune branch. He have research work publications and have patents on innovative system and methods of drug dispensing. He has secured 2 copyrights, 2 trademarks, and 1 design registration on overall technology system. Dr. Bafna sir have completed his education in healthcare innovation program in MIT Harvard Medical School, Cambridge, Boston, and sir have completed Doctor of Pharmacy in 2017. Also, PG diploma course in International Business and Foreign Trade Policy. Dr. Bafna sir have achievements as an industry expert and resource member, award in PCP Innovation Cell, IIC Indrayani College of Pharmacy. He have a National Innovation Fellowship and Entrepreneur in Residence, Venture Center, NCL Innovation Park, Pune. He had achieved Nidhi Prayas Grant, IIT Mandi, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Sir has awarded for outstanding performance and contribution towards the pharmacy profession by Indian Pharmaceutical Association, and he has also received the award for excellent work in field of community healthcare by Niraj Prakashan House, Pune. Today's session is on how to plan for a startup, its legal and ethical steps, and Dr. Niraj Bafna sir is going to guide our students. We are so grateful to have you, sir. Now, I would like to request our today's chief guest, Dr. Niraj Bafna sir, to share your experience as a pharmacist and guide our students on how to plan for a startup with its legal and ethical steps. Please, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Niraj Bafna. I'm calling from Pune. Thank you so much, Dr. Kamini, for introducing me. That was really nice introduction about me. I would like to thank Terna College of Engineering, Department of Pharmacy, for inviting me as a guest speaker over here. Next 1.5 hour of this session is going to be very important for all the students who are interested to start up their own enterprise or a company or a firm. I would also just take a moment to thank Dr. Nagesh, who got in touch with me a week ago and asked me to come over and have a session with you all. With this, I'm going to start my session. What we are going to do is we are going to have very practical, interactive, and very simple learning session, which will help you all to really understand what's happening in the startup world all around India. What are the various schemes which students, teachers, academicians, and the researchers can enroll into, and how those schemes can be benefited for your startup or maybe for your career as well. And what I'm going to do is we are not going to just talk about the ethical steps or the legal steps to start up a company or an enterprise. But we are also going to learn a little bit about innovation, concepts like design thinking, and then from there onwards, we will take it ahead to really understand the different types of enterprises, what are the benefits of different types of enterprises if you want to have your own enterprises, what are the government schemes allotted to those, all of that. And a brief portion of our session will be kept specifically for interactive arena wherein students can, or maybe whoever has questions about anything which is coming to your mind without having some hesitation or without relucting, I would ask you all to, just unmute yourself and ask the questions you have. If you don't want to speak it up, you can put the questions on chat box as well. All right. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the session with a general introduction about me. What Kamini ma'am have given the introduction is very sophisticated, very luxurious. It is very labeling, but the story behind that is very important. So I'll take first few minutes to kind of walk you through to the story of my my personal and professional life, how I have achieved few good things in life until now, and what are my plans from here for next, let's say, 5-7 years. So I am a doctor of pharmacy graduate. All those people who are in pharmacy profession would know about this course. This is a very new course started in India in 2008. I was a pass out of third batch in India, so I passed out of college in 2016. During my college, I was a regular student, having 60 to 70% of marks, first class, some subjects with distinction, and this is what is expected in Indian tradition in our families, that you should at least get first class or some distinction so that you will be able to secure your job or maybe go for higher studies and all. But my interest was something which was not aligning towards this. When I was in third year of my college, I had an opportunity to attend one conference. The conference is named as Indian Pharmaceutical Congress. The students can note this down, teachers can note this down. And I happened to attend that conference in Delhi. This was back in 2012-13. I had to convince my teachers to give me that kind of leverage so that I can take a leave from college lectures and practicals and go and attend this conference in Delhi. But I did not get the leave. Frankly speaking, I was not allowed to go, but I didn't have any option. I wanted to take this risk, and I just went in for the conference to Delhi. Fortunately, I met my principal over there, and my principal was one of the speakers over there, and his name is Dr. Atmaram Pawar. And he saw me over there. He used to teach us community pharmacy in second year and third year, and that's how we had some very minimal interaction, and he knew me by my face. But when he saw me over there, he was so happy to see his own student attending this kind of conference, which he always used to call it as outside the class learning and experience. You know, experience is the best teacher in life. That's what he used to teach us. So he was happy that I am here, I'm in Delhi attending this conference. That was a huge conference. I saw more than 5,000 students all over India coming to Delhi to attend this conference. Lot of big personalities like the CEOs of pharma companies, the government officials, some foreign dignitaries, all were there attending and speaking at that conference. I learned a lot of things. I do not want to enter into what I learned over there. But when I came back to my college, I had one goal in my mind that I got an opportunity to go to Delhi. I had some money in my hand to go to Delhi and attend this conference, and which was life changing for me. I'm going to do something same in Pune for my friends in my college and all the 27 colleges which are there in Pune district. Fortunately, Dr. Atmaram Pawar, my principal, also announced in front of everyone about me attending that conference, going against my teachers who were not allowing me. And he appreciated that I was willingly hungry to learn new things, meet new people, understand what's happening all around the world in the field of pharmacy profession and pharmacy technology. And that gave me enough confidence to kind of establish one association which was called as IPSF, Indian Pharmaceutical Association. We named it as Students Federation. And through this association, what I did was I went to all the colleges in all over the Pune, in all 27 colleges, and I spoke to all the principals and teachers over there, asking them to let their students participate in this particular forum in the federation and participate in all the activities which are going around in this forum. We organized lot of conferences like I attended in Delhi. We organized those in Mumbai, Pune. We did healthcare campaigns in rural areas. We did student exchange programs wherein students from our college used to go in industries for a month, understand how production line works, how packaging line works, how research works. All these things were, and we also did sports and cultural activities for the students. More than 1,200 students were part of this organization, and this was solely founded by me in 2012. Now I'm not part of this organization anymore since I have got into my professional life, but the organization is still running on. So this is one of the very important aspect which gave me a confidence that I can become a leader in life. So one of the message for all the students over here is going to be, don't think that you are going to study pharmacy for 4 years or maybe after that MPharm or PhD, whatever. You are going to study that and after that I'm going to hunt for a job. Start right away, start today. Think what you want to learn today. Do you want to participate in such conferences, such forums? Go and participate in that, because you never know. My first job was one of the very fortunate incident for me. I'll tell you what happened for my first job. After my graduation, I had a plan to go to US, America, and study MS, that is Masters of Science in Healthcare Technology. I applied to 4 or 5 colleges. I did not get selected over there. And in one college I got selected. The irony of that particular college was that college had a fees of 80 lakh rupees per year. The total cost of my 2-year studying in the America or in the US was supposed to be approximately 1.5 CR, which was impossible for me. I mean, in my entire my parents, my friends, my families, if they would have come together, I couldn't have got this big amount with me to go and study. So I dropped that plan to go to US. randomly I thought that I need to do something which is going to help me to find a job. I packed my bag. I informed my parents that hey, I'm going to Mumbai for 3-4 days, and I'll be back. I have some meetings with some people from pharma field. And I did not have any meetings. That was a serious lie to my parents, because if मी त्यांना सांगितलं असतं की मी मुंबईला चाललोय आणि माझे काही मीटिंग्स नाहीये तर they wouldn't have allowed me to go. And that's how I went to Mumbai. I sat in a cafe over there and I just listed down few companies' name on Google. I typed the keywords like best pharma companies in Mumbai right now. And I listed down 25 names, and next day onward I started going and visiting those companies. First day, no response. I went in up to 3-4 companies. Some people allowed, some people did not even allow me to get inside their gate, premises, and all of that. Next day also it was no response. Last day in the morning, 11:30 a.m. I still remember. I went in this company called as Genix Pharmaceuticals. You must have heard about this in my previous introduction given by Miss Kamini. This was my first job, and I went in over there and I approached the HR over there that hey, I'm looking for a job. I'm a doctor of pharmacy graduate. One thing was there in my mind that whenever I go back to my house, I'm going to have something in my hand. Today I don't have anything after becoming a doctorate graduate. माझ्याकडे जॉब नाहीये. So that was there in my mind, and I don't know. This particular company, they had some certain vacancies. Fortunately, one HR guy over there was knowing me from my IPSF days, IPSF as in the Indian Pharmaceutical Association days, and he was a guest speaker in one of our symposiums, one of our seminars. When I went in over there, he told me that hey, you were the student leader or student president at that time, and you had invited me for a session. Like I am over here today for you all. I had invited someone for a session over there, and he insisted his boss to take up my interview. They immediately took up my interview. They kind of offered me a job, and in next 2 days I had the job in my hand. I would also want to reveal that I had got 40,000 per month as a salary without even planning that hey, I'm going to do this, that, all of this. My time which I spent during my college days, during this IPSF association, doing activities in that, the contacts which I built helped me to get a job in future. And I never knew that अच्छा मला ह्या कॉन्टॅक्ट थ्रू मला पुढे जाऊन 40,000 रुपये पर मंथ ची नोकरी मिळू शकेल, राईट. अँड आय गॉट दॅट, राईट. So that's how things happen. Again, this gave me a confidence that hey, if I have some things in my mind, if you take the initiative, you can achieve that. And if you see the graph, all these things were leading me to think that one day I can become an innovator or entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is someone who is always ready to lead the things from the front, like in Captain, right? You all are very aware about MS Dhoni and the capabilities and all the awards and all the World Cups he has won. It is all because of the capability he has built in himself to lead any team or lead any organization, I can say, from the front. And that is very important. You never know that a lot of business related theories like accounting, finance, marketing, sales, all this come from the behind, from the back. But first very important thing is willingness to lead things, take the initiatives, being proactive. So this is like two stories I wanted to share, and from there onwards so my goal was to go abroad, study more about healthcare innovation. After my first job, I was in the US at Harvard Medical School, a much better university than the one which I was planning previously. Harvard Medical School is one of the well-known, we can consider it comes in top 5 universities all over world. And I was over there studying about healthcare and innovation happening in the field of healthcare. So maybe in in the later half of our session today, I'm going to share about what happened at Harvard with me and how the things which I learned at Harvard have changed my life. And whatever I'm doing today is because of the learnings which I had got at Harvard. So with this, I'm going to just share my screen and now take this talk towards startup and all other activities which are happening around the startup arena in India and all across the world. So just allow me to share the screen now. Someone please tell me if the screen is visible enough.
Yes,
So
sir.
it is visible.
Okay, so what I'll do is now I'll switch off my video because I'll be on my presentation screen. I'll not be able to see the meeting screen right now. So that there is no network issue as well as you all can hear me properly. If there are any questions, I'll not be able to see the meeting screen. Someone, if my voice is not audible or if there is any issue in the network, please raise the hand or maybe just unmute yourself and talk it out. Right. So this is the tagline which I like to present everywhere. When it comes to innovation, lot of people, I'm so sure that people over here, all the students must be having at least one idea in their mind that, hey, I want to do something like Amazon or something like 1mg or, NetMeds or maybe something like that. But we hesitate to kind of start our activities. And why is that happening? We are going to find out that reason today. So what I say people is that don't hesitate, innovate. Don't worry about what is going to happen. मी असं केलं तर तसं होईल का, तसं केलं तर असं होईल का. Don't worry about that. Don't hesitate about that. Innovation is not something which is going to happen in one day. Okay, according to you, can anyone define innovation? You can just unmute yourself and define innovation. Let us keep it interactive so that we are alive in the session, and this at the end of the session we will feel that okay, we have learned something today. College is spending so much of time, money, efforts on arranging these sessions, so students should be benefited, and the benefit would come only after you start interacting with me. If you don't ask questions, माझ्या मनातलं जे काही नॉलेज किंवा इन्फॉर्मेशन आहे ते तुमच्यापर्यंत पोहोचणार नाही. I hope everyone is okay me talking in English Marathi mix so that थोडं एक फ्रेंडली vibe create होऊ शकेल इथे. Yes, anyone with having an idea about what is innovation? All right, so let us do one thing. What I'm going to do is all those students who unmute themselves and talk to me, interact with me, I'm going to arrange an industrial visit for them from Usmanabad to Pune in my office and show them around what's happening, what startup I am into it, and what healthcare technology I have built. So this is going to be kind of a trip or industrial visit which I'm going to talk to your principal, your teachers, and request them to send all those students who are going to be active in this particular session. Right, and we are going to arrange this kind of very interesting industrial visit for you all to Pune. So I don't know if this is going to be interesting for you now. If you want to unmute yourself and talk it out, it will be really great. नागेश सर, आपण असं करू शकतो, राईट?
I think they are forcefully muted.
1 मिनिट. ठाकूर सर, सगळ्यांना हे का
पण स्टुडंट्सला अलाउड आहे ना, म्हणजे इफ दे कॅन अनम्यूट आणि इफ दे वॉन्ट टू टॉक इट आउट. इफ नॉट वी कॅन गो अहेड.
दे कॅन अनम्यूट देअर सेल्फ.
ग्रेट ग्रेट. याच्याने काय होईल, फक्त थोडस इंटरॅक्टिव्ह वाईब क्रिएट होईल आणि स्टुडंट्स माइट गेट मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन what's going to happen in the session. All right, so students, you have an opportunity. You can unmute yourself and define what is innovation, because startup is all about innovation. What are you going to do learning ethical and legal things about startup if you don't know how to kind of innovate or don't know what's the definition of innovation? Because if there is no innovation, there is no startup. We have probably very less time and there is so much which we are going to talk about. All right, cool. So let us go ahead. The host can again mute everyone so that we can move ahead.
So innovation is a new idea or a new thing to create.
All right, okay. Thank you so much for coming up and giving up your idea on what is innovation. So according to you, innovation is a new idea or a new thing to create. That is partially correct. Yes. Any other thoughts? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what is innovation now. Innovation is not an event which is going to happen in one day or one night. You sit in one room, all the lights are off. That's what we are taught. Like the scientists, Einstein, Newton, they all sat in room and something happened, like an eureka moment you see on the screen right now, and innovation happened. No, innovation is a very, very systematic process which has multiple steps in it and which leads to development of a new creation. Like the student have kind of right now shared her thought that creation of new idea or creation of new object or a thing is innovation. But before that, innovation is a very standard and systematic process. That process is called as design thinking process. We are going to quickly go through all the 5 phases of design thinking. What is actually design thinking process, right? So very important, the first phase is problem identification, problem definition, selecting a focused user and clearly defining his or her problem. If there is no problem, there is no innovation, right? So we say, right, we have heard about this saying that problem is the mother of all the innovation in this world, right? If you are not able to find the problem correctly, you might not be able to innovate, or you might not be able to create a product which is very easy to sell in the market, and probably your startup might fail. Why? So what's the statistics in India about startups? 1 in 100 startups is succeeding. All other 99 startups are either failing or in the process of failing. That is because of not identifying the problem properly. Like example, I'll tell you. Flipkart is a startup. You all know this started in 2007, 2008 by 2 engineers named as Binny Bansal and Sachin Bansal. Now, what is the story behind that? These 2 guys were working in Amazon for 10 years after their college in the US. When they were in the US, they thought that, hey, what Amazon is doing is fantastic job, and why there is nothing like this in India. फ्लिपकार्टच्या आधी इंडियामध्ये आपल्याला जर काही ऑनलाईन मागवायचं असतं तर एक Amazon ऑप्शन होतं किंवा अलिबाबा एक ऑप्शन होतं, राईट? फ्लिपकार्ट नव्हतं. So these guys came back to India, these two guys, Billy Bansal and Sachin Bansal, they identified a problem. त्यांनी काय विचार केलं, Amazon अमेरिकेत आहे, ते जगभरात हे सगळं करतंय, इंडियामध्येही प्रोव्हाइड करतंय. दिस गाय Amazon is sitting in the US and selling products in India, which means that there is a gap, there is an opportunity, there is a problem in India as well. They identified that problem, they came back to India and they started Flipkart. Amazon used to tell that we will deliver the products in 10 to 14 days, working days previously. What Flipkart did is they started providing in 7 to 8 days. So what they identified is logistical problem. The delivery, the lead time was 10 to 14 days. They reduced that and brought it to 7 to 8 days, because what they had to do is procure the products from India and distribute in India itself. For Amazon, it was getting the products from the US or from China and then sending it to India. So it took 10 to 14 days. So this is the problem they found out, and then they created a solution. It is not necessary that always creating a drug or a molecule or a product like a medical device or wheelchair or something like a BP machine is innovation. Creating a platform like Flipkart is also innovation, right? So ultimately they found out the problem. Then what they did is need finding. Let's go on this second particular phase. Need finding is basically building up empathy by interviewing and observing the user. For example, let's say there is a problem which is faced by only 10 to 15 or hundreds of people only, right? You can consider any problem. Like for example, waking up early is a problem. I feel that only students who are in the age of their 20s face this problem. But is this problem a global problem or a bigger problem? You need to find this in this need finding phase, wherein you go to all the students category age, then you go to people who are in the early career age, like in their 30s, then you go to people in 40s, then you go to people in 50s. And if people from all the categories are telling you that, hey, malahi ha problem hai, mala laukar uthaila jamat nahi. If people are telling you from all the categories, then there is a real problem, and then you need to find the real solution. If the problem is very small, if you find that ह्या प्रॉब्लेम साठी काय फारशी गरज नाही सोल्युशन क्रिएट करायची, and if you create a solution for that, one of the reasons of the startups failing is that की लोकांना वाटतं की अच्छा हा प्रॉब्लेम आहे, हा मी सॉल्व्ह केला तर the world is going to change. But sometimes you need to be realistic and practical about how big is your problem. You need to ask questions. How big is the problem? How frequent is the problem? दिवसातून मला लेट्स से पुण्यात असं असतं की ट्रॅफिक खूप आहे. सो PMC, दॅट इज पुणे म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशनचे जे लोकल बसेस असतात, ते मला प्रत्येक बस स्टॉप वरती, इफ आय हॅव टू गो टू सम बस स्टॉप फ्रॉम लेट्स से फ्रॉम रेल्वे स्टेशन टू MIT कॉलेज ऑफ फार्मसी, आता कुठली बस किती वाजता जाते आणि किती वाजता परत येते पुणे स्टेशनला हे मला नाही माहिती. सो मला तिथे जाऊन त्या कंडक्टरला किंवा जे तिथं बस स्थानकावरती असतात त्यांना विचारायला लागतं. आता हा प्रॉब्लेम झाला, हा प्रॉब्लेम कुणाला कुणाला असू शकतो? स्टुडंट्सला असू शकतो, मोठ्या माणसांना असू शकतो, जे जॉब वरती आहेत त्यांनाही असू शकतो, लेडीजला असू शकतो जे जॉब वरती आहेत, मुलींना असू शकतो, म्हातारी माणसं जे जेरॅट्रिक एल्डरली पीपल, सगळ्यांना असू शकतो. सो दिस इज अ बिग प्रॉब्लेम. दिवसातून किती वेळा प्रॉब्लेम होऊ शकतो? हा भरपूर वेळा, अनेक वेळा होऊ शकतो. नाव दिस इज द प्रॉब्लेम विच नीड्स अ सोल्युशन. आता हे जे सगळं मी बोलतोय हे सगळं आपण नीड फाइंडिंग मध्ये, वी कॅन फाइंड दिस आउट इन नीड फाइंडिंग, राईट? वन्स वी let's consider this finding and what time is the bus timing for any particular destination to go in and around the city, right? So this we have identified, this is our need. Now what is ideation? Ideation madhe we have to create lot of ideas. This is the very fantastic stage wherein इथे काही तुम्हाला रेस्ट्रिक्शन्स नसतात. यू कॅन कम अप विथ मोस्ट वाईल्ड आयडियाज, मोस्ट अब्रप्ट आयडियाज इन युअर माइंड and jot those down on a drawing paper or maybe on a cardboard or chart paper, wherever it is. So you can come up with ideas that, hey, let's have an app which will be followed by all our students or maybe all the people around. They can check the bus timing. We can have one more solution can be, there will be a big screen on each bus station. प्रत्येक बस स्थानकावर वरती एक मोठी स्क्रीन असेल आणि जसं एअरपोर्ट वरती लिहिलेलं असतं की ही फ्लाईट इतक्या वाजता इथे जाणार आहे, काठमांडूवरून दिल्लीला येणार आहे, दिल्लीवरून दुबईला जाणार आहे, ते असं सगळं पुणे स्टेशन पासून कोथरूडला जाणार आहे किंवा कोथरूड पासून डेक्कनला जाणार आहे, हे सगळे पुण्यातले एरियाचे नाव आहे. तर तसं सगळं एक स्क्रीन असू शकते. अजून काही अजून काही आयडियाज असू शकतात. 2 आयडियाज माझ्या डोक्यात आता येतात आहे. सो हे सगळं आयडिएशन मध्ये असतं. आता आयडिएशन फेज you will have multiple ideas for one particular problem, but that doesn't mean that you will create solution for all the ideas. You will have to pick up one viable idea, one which is most logical, practical, viable and sustainable. हे 4 गोष्टी नेहमी लक्षात ठेवा. स्टार्टअप करताना तुमचं सोल्युशन लॉजिकल आहे का, त्याच्या मागे लॉजिक आहे का, प्रॅक्टिकल आहे का, म्हणजे लोकांपर्यंत पोहोचल्यावरती ते यूज करू शकतील का, ठीक आहे. त्यानंतर वायबल म्हणजे हे टिकू शकेल का, ठीक आहे. आणि सस्टेनेबल, ह्याची लॉंग लाईफ आहे का. नाहीतर तुम्ही 2 वर इफ यू वॉन्ट टू डू अ स्टार्टअप अँड इफ यू आर थिंकिंग दॅट आय वॉन्ट टू डू स्टार्टअप फॉर 1 or 2 years, that is not going to help. It should run for at least 10 to 15 years, which is going to give you best of the returns in terms of value, money and all other resources. So we will select one idea out of our ideation phase and go to next stage, that is prototyping. Prototyping म्हणजे काय? If you remember, if in your college days or in your school days, we had this craft or during our formulation practicals, we do this. We create shampoo, we create lotion, we create, let's say, petroleum jelly, whatever we create. Whatever we are doing in that lab is called as prototyping, wherein we are creating a mini solution of our main solution. एक छोटंसं मॉडेल आपण बनवतो, तो काय करतो, पुढे जाऊन स्टेज 5 मध्ये, फेज 5 मध्ये टेस्टिंग करतो. टेस्टिंग केल्यानंतर वी फाइंड, अच्छा लेट्स से इन फॉर्म्युलेशन लॅब वी क्रिएट अ शॅम्पू, तो जास्त विस्कस नाहीये, त्याच्यामध्ये डेन्सिटी कमी आहे, तो जास्त पातळ आहे, पाणी आहे त्याच्यात, किंवा जास्त फोम क्रिएट होत नाहीये, फ्रॉथ होत नाहीये, प्रेसिपिटेशन होत आहे, व्हॉट एव्हर. हे सगळं टेस्टिंग मध्ये कळतं. देन वी कम बॅक टू आवर लॅब, परत एकदा प्रोटोटायपिंग करतो आपण, अँड वी गो बॅक टू टेस्टिंग. ही अशी जी स्टेप आहे, ही बॅक अँड फोर्थ नेहमी चालत असते. अँड दिस इज हाऊ अल्टिमेटली यू विल क्रिएट वन ऑफ अ काइंड सोल्युशन विच इज गोइंग टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लेम which you have identified in the market, and that's where the innovation happens. And this is how innovation happens in pharmaceutical industries. You consider any pharmaceutical industry. ते काय करतात, रवांडा म्हणून एक कंट्री आहे आफ्रिकामध्ये, तिथे इक्वेटर लाईनच्या फार जवळून जाते ती कंट्री. इक्वेटर लाईन म्हणजे आपल्या अर्थला 2 भागात जी लाईन डिवाइड करते ती इक्वेटर लाईन असते. When this equator line is going around that country, all the climatic conditions are very extreme. त्यांच्या तिकडे पावसाळा म्हणजे रेनी सीझन इज फॉर 10 months. नेक्स्ट इयर समर्स आर फॉर 10 months. त्याच्या पुढच्या वर्षी विंटर्स फॉर 10 months. आणि मग परत पावसाळा फॉर 8 months, 10 months, कधी कधी अख्खं वर्ष पावसाळा चालतो. राईट. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दॅट त्यांच्या तिकडे पाऊस, रेनी सीझन, देयर इज अ ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ रेन, अँड दॅट इज वाय द मॉस्किटो production over there is very high, and Rwanda is the malaria capital of the world. Now this is the problem pharma companies identified few years ago. They developed a solution. They started going to Rwanda and countries around Rwanda in Africa this country is in the African continent, and started talking to people over there. All the Rwandan people or this African people who are not really aware about a lot of things because they are underdeveloped countries. So people from developed countries, pharma companies from developed countries started going over there and started doing need finding. How massive is the range over there? How are people really getting treated for malaria? What's the death rate? What is morbidity, mortality rate over there? All of this they did during need finding. Then they came back. They thought that, oh, hey, let's create a molecule which is going to solve this problem. Some have itching on hands, on body, some have fever, some have this, some of that. हे सगळं curate करून, accumulate करून, they synthesized one molecule. They went in over there, they tested that, they came back, they again did some changes in that, they again tested, and then finally a molecule or a drug was prepared for malaria. And this is innovation. Correct? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back on my screen right now and stop presenting for 2 minutes because last 15 minutes or 20 minutes I have been talking continuously. Just want to take your feedback or review on how did you find this process of innovation, which is also called as design thinking process. कसं वाटलं तुम्हाला? Do you think this is going to help you to really work for your startup or maybe work for your company wherever you're working right now? For all the people who are in teaching profession, this can also help you to kind of teach students in different way. Find the problem in students. What is the main problem? Why are students not listening to you all in the class? Do they want to have some videos? What is the problem? Then find a solution. All teachers can come together, do ideation, create a small kind of prototype in terms of videos or whatever, and present that in front of students, and that can be testing. Again, back and forth, this can happen, and this is also innovation. So innovation happens everywhere. What our mothers do in their kitchen, every day they'll try and cook something new. वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारची पावभाजी घरी क्रिएट होते. That is also innovation which is done by all our mothers and sisters or whoever people who are cooking in the kitchen, right? So any feedback? What do you think about design thinking process, guys? Teachers can also unmute themselves and discuss about how did you find this process of design thinking? Did you hear about this previously? Okay. No comments? Interaction करायला, it is always good because I'm sitting alone in my office and I'm talking to something which is called as black box in front of me. म्हणजे एक स्क्रीन आहे, ब्लॅक कलरची दिसते मला समोर आणि काही रिस्पॉन्स नाही आहे. सो कधी कधी थोडस वियर्ड असतं. I mean, I really empathize for all the teachers who have done this for last 2 years continuously for the students, and it takes a lot of efforts to just sit here and keep on talking and there is no response from the other side. I appreciate all of you on this particular medium today. So once again I'll share my screen. So here design thinking process is what people should follow when you are starting up. If you follow this process, you will always be successful in your startup, in your career. Even if you take up a job, what people do in India or maybe across the world is that they take up a job, they will find something interesting, they'll stay back. If they don't find something interesting, they'll switch, they'll find some other company. But what I feel is that if you don't find something interesting, which means that there is a lot of problem in that company, now there is a time for you to actually prove yourself, find a problem in that company, do need finding, ideate, prototype and test, and tell your boss or tell your company that, hey, I found this problem in our company, even if I'm a normal employee in your company, but if we solve this particular problem, we are going to have greater production, or our sales is going to double up, or we can reduce down our monthly expenses, whatever it is, and the company is going to really appreciate you and give you kind of enough amount of incentives in terms of money, position and everything. Try this ever if you want to. So design thinking process is not only meant for startups or innovators or businessmen or enterprise, it is meant for everyone, because innovation happens everywhere, even if it is job, it is at your student level. I did one of the exercise with DY Patil students in Pune. It was during lockdown and they created fantastic solution. So लॉकडाऊनच्या दरम्यान एक्झाम्स घेण्यात हे फार प्रॉब्लेमॅटिक गोष्ट होती. आय मीन इट वॉज ग्रेट प्रॉब्लेम फॉर टीचर्स अँड युनिव्हर्सिटीज. Some students and teachers came together. I was part of that activity of that project. In fact, I had initiated that project. And what we created is lockdown special exams, in which they took help of technology and created a platform where people can give exams. The teachers can take exams wherein students cannot copy, and students can give exams wherein teachers can help them with study material and all of this. And it was a wonderful solution. Someday, I mean, if we have one more session in future, I will ask those students to present that solution in front of you, and it will boost you up like anything. So that was one of the nicest innovation student people, I mean, those who are in the age of students did. So it's not necessary that you have to become a pharmacist or PhD graduate or a teacher or an engineer or MTech or whatever, doctor, to become an innovator, right? We are going to move forward now. To summarize this, problem identification and value-driven innovations is almost defined as design thinking process, right? Now we are going to talk a little more about problem. How to catch a problem. With this slide, if you see on this slide, I've written catch the niche. What does niche means? Small part of something big. Okay, let us take an example, because these examples help us to really understand about concepts. Now let us take an example. Cancer, this is a big problem in India. Globally, people are dying of cancer. The treatment is so expensive. In rural parts of India or Maharashtra, the cancer treatment is not happening. So people are coming to Mumbai, Pune, big cities. All of this is happening. Now, itke sagre problems hai. Now, how, let's say if you want to solve one of the problems, someone can have an understanding that, hey, I want to solve this problem. So how to catch up a niche? I'm going to give you small example. हे niche आहे. आता कॅन्सर मध्ये 4 वेगळ्या गोष्टी आपण करतो. फर्स्ट इज डिटेक्शन ऑफ कॅन्सर, म्हणजे कुठल्या प्रकारचा कॅन्सर आहे. मग असेसमेंट मध्ये कुठल्या प्रकारचा आहे, किती मोठा आहे, हाऊ बिग इज द कॅन्सरस सेल, इट इज स्प्रेडिंग इन द बॉडी, what is it? पूर्णपणे assessment some doctors do. Some doctors are only smart at detection. Some doctors are only smart at assessment. Some people manage. So management is basically treatment, chemotherapy, medicines, surgery, all the surgical process, all of that comes in management. And prevention. एकदा हे सगळं झाल्यानंतर पुढे हे स्प्रेड नको व्हायला म्हणून प्रिव्हेन्शनचे वेगळे सेट ऑफ गोष्टी असतात. लाईफस्टाईल मॉडिफिकेशन्स, डाएट वर लक्ष, एक्सरसाइजेस, नॉट युजिंग युअर फोन अलॉट, ऑल ऑफ दिस. नाउ you cannot solve all of this at one go. What you will have to do is, if you solve all of this, you will never succeed. You will have to catch a niche. Niche means डिटेक्शन मध्ये काय काय प्रॉब्लेम आहेत हे शोधायचे, किंवा प्रिव्हेन्शन मध्ये काय काय. प्रिव्हेन्शन मध्ये लेट्स से देयर इज नो प्लॅटफॉर्म फॉर पीपल who have already done their chemotherapy. Now they want to make sure that there is no more cancer in their body. So can there be an app which will tell them what to eat, how to eat, nutritional value, their exercises, creating their diet plans, creating their lifestyle modification. आता हा प्रॉब्लेम झाला की हे अवेलेबल नाहीये, मला आता कॅन्सरची ट्रीटमेंट झाली, आता पुढे कॅन्सर नकोय मला, तर त्याच्यासाठी प्रिव्हेन्शन साठी काय सोल्युशन्स आहेत आपल्याकडे. नाउ some people can think that, oh, I want to create something on prevention. Some people can think, no, I want to create a new drug molecule for cancer. Recently we have heard that there is one medicine which has arrived in the US, and in the clinical trials all the patients have got treated. So that is also an innovation. Assessment madhe pan you can find out the problems and do this. Okay, so with this what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this picture in front of you, and I want someone of you to tell me what do you find out of this picture. Just take a moment, take 1 minute to read this. Anyone who would want to unmute and tell me what is it written in this particular picture?
There is someone who is not knowing that cotton is put over the capsules or tablet.
Correct.
And I think he is taking cotton as medicine.
Correct. So this is the problem. The thing which I have been talking about right now for past 15 minutes or 20 minutes, this is what is happening in India. That the patient is asking the doctor that there is something which I don't understand. How do I measure? The patient is considering this as medicine, cotton as medicine. Maybe I should mix this with water or something, right? The doctor goes shocking, sends an audio message and tells once again that remove the cotton, there are pills under it. And the patient is telling, oh, yesterday I ate cotton considering medicines. So this is the problem I want to actually address, and now you can come up with a solution. Now this happens around us, with us every day in our life. Problems are there around everyone, whether it is a teaching staff or a student or a principal or a management committee, anyone, or an engineering student or pharmacy student. सगळ्यांचं पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह वेगळं असतं. फार्मसी स्टुडंट कॅन फाइंड फार्मास्युटिकल प्रॉब्लेम्स, इंजिनिअरिंग स्टुडंट्स कॅन फाइंड इंजिनिअरिंग प्रॉब्लेम्स. देर इज सो मच इट इज गोइंग ऑन अबाउट EV व्हेकल्स इन इंडिया. ओलाचे बाईक्स जे आहेत ते बर्न होतात आहे, अजून ॲथरचे बर्न होतात आहे. वाय? लिथियम आयनची जी बॅटरीज आहेत त्याचं काय क्रॉस कनेक्शन आहे, व्हॉट एव्हर द प्रॉब्लेम इज, find that problem and create a solution. because already Ola Ahe, they have developed a huge mega manufacturing setup in Bangalore, and this is a problem. Now, if you have a solution, you go to Ola and tell Ola that I have a solution for this burning problem of yours. He will immediately buy you and you'll get millions of dollars immediately. Again, I want to come back. असे प्रॉब्लेम्स शोधा आणि हे शोधल्यावरतीच तुमचा स्टार्टअप सक्सेस होईल. दिस इज गॅरंटीड फॉर्म्युला. ऑलराइट, लेट अस मूव अहेड. नाउ this probably we can golden circle we can kind of skip for today. What I wanted to share with you all, I have completed that. It's 4:20. Another 20 minutes I'm going to take to now actually talk about startup, legal activities, legal things which are required, what students can do, opportunities for students and for teachers as well. The next 3 or 4 slides are specifically for that. Are we fine? Do we need kind of a break of 5 minutes or can we move forward? I mean, any suggestions from the host?
Sir, please continue, sir.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So first we'll put up some light on what IIC or a college or a university can do. So teachers, principals, management committee who all are part, or student committee members who are also part of this universities, you can also think about this. One of the important thing, if you have developed a IIC innovation cell in your university, you need to create academia and industry connect. Unless you don't have this, students will not be able to go out in the market, in the industry. If they don't go out in the industry, they will not be able to find the problems. Like for example, once again I did one project with MIT College as well as Pune College of Pharmacy, which is my own college. I mean, I was part of that college, student of that college. We collaborated with Lupin. Lupin is a big pharma company. It comes in top 5 in India and all of that. We asked them to collaborate with us. They always want to give internships to students, and students always want to find good companies where they can do internships. So what we did is that we again found this problem. We went up to Lupin and we told them that our students will come to you. Now only one twist was like this in this. We insisted the company people, the management people at the Lupin pharma company, that you will throw a problem at our students. If there are 6 students coming, you will shoot 3 problems at them. One problem should be production line related, one problem should be marketing related, one problem should be packaging related, packaging of the medicines, right? I'm talking only about pharma medicines now. Now the role of the students when they are at the internship is that they will create ideas for this particular problem, and at the end of the internship they'll present this solutions or innovations to the pharma company, and if they like this, they will implement this at actual basis in their current business, in their current manufacturing industry. And this actually happened. The students who created solutions for that company have got placed in that company at much higher package, and now they are very fantastically working with that company for multiple projects, traveling all across India, traveling outside India as well, at a very young age. Now this is the this is the form of activities the academia and industry connect will do. So one of the things is internships. फक्त internships मध्ये स्टुडंट्सला पाठवून काहीच उपयोग नाही. Let me be little frank over here. Students go there, sit there, be in the phone for the entire day, and they'll submit some report at the end of internships. We will also have huge bulk of reports to submit to AICTE and PCI and all of that we send 20 students, 100 students every year. But what is the value we are creating? Imagine today the package, there was small defect in the packaging line of Lupin that has been solved by a small student of third year BPharm. No knowledge about packaging, but the hungry brain and the willingness to learn and implement those things during that internship created enormous value in the industry and in the university as well. Apprenticeship is form of internships. In apprenticeships, you become employee of that particular company for certain period of time. म्हणजे internship मध्ये you are always called as intern, but in apprenticeships you will get that designation as employee. So you will get an idea about how an employee feels like for 2 months, and then you are coming back to your college. So you know what happens in job, what happens in the corporate world, all of that. So again, one more request for academia, teachers and management committee, also students. It's not teachers' role to get the internships for you. It is your students' role to get the internship for the college, right? Someone can get connected with RXCO Private Limited and contact and get internship over here. RXCO will tell that, hey, you will have, are there any more students interested from your college? Now you will go to your teachers, you will go to Nagesh sir or Kamini ma'am, whoever it is, and tell ma'am, I am working in RXCO. There are 3 more internship vacancies over there. Can you select 3 more students and send? So this is what the amalgamation of students and academia can come together, and there will be a cluster of industry and academia over here, right? So again, why this is important? The main goal is to understand how things work. Once you understand how things work, you will start finding problems. Once you start finding problems, you will create solutions. Once you create solutions, you will start having your own startups. Once you have startups, you will be successful in your business. Okay, problem solving challenges. Again, same thing. Arrange a hackathon in your college. Invite pharma companies in and around Usmanabad, or engineering companies, automobile companies, EV companies, solar companies, whoever it is. Invite them as a guest speaker, guest inspector or whatever. The problem solving challenges would be like today we did. 3 o'clock you will reveal one problem in front of people. Okay. And you will divide all students in groups, small groups of 5 people. 100 students, there will be approximately 20 groups. All 20 groups will work on only one problem or maybe 2 problems. Let's consider 2 problems. The problem should be taken from this industry people who are coming as guest speaker. Today, like I came as guest speaker to you, you should have asked me, or maybe in future you should ask me that, can you give us 2 problems, industry problems which you are facing in the startup industry? I'll give that to you. You present in front of students. For next 2 hours, they'll ideate, they'll do research on their phone, laptops, they'll talk to each other, they can go in other groups, talk to them, what are their thoughts, and at the end, they'll create one solution, create a immediate presentation and present that at 5 o'clock, right? And some people who have come as a guest can select some winners, you can give them awards, whatever it is. This is problem solving challenges. With this, what happens is that your mindset becomes crisis management, problem solving management, all this, your mindset becomes like that. So when you start up something, if there is some problem coming, like a legal issue, like some case happens, whatever it is, this particular activities will help you to solve those problems at that point of time, right? So IIC is actually meant to do all of this. You can arrange boot camp hackathons, like I said, alumni support is very important. Let's consider some people like honorable principal was in his talk, in his introduction, he was telling that some people have got placed in TCS. You have some Cisco lab in your college itself. Can you invite some people to do mentoring clinics? हा शब्द फार इम्पॉर्टंट आहे इथे. कारण काय त्याचं, टुडे आय हॅव कम, आय एम डुईंग मेंटोरिंग फॉर 1 day. I will go. Some people who like my session will remember about me for today, tomorrow. Some people who really like about my session will remember about what I have spoken today for 1 week. Some people who have not liked will forget at 5 o'clock itself, and then go out. They'll start roaming. They'll go Instagram, do Facebook, whatever. This is the impact of one session. Now in mentoring clinics, what happens is you invite same person or any people from same industry again and again, at least 4 or 5 times. क्लिनिक्स म्हणजे काय, डॉक्टरच्या क्लिनिक मध्ये एक डॉक्टर नेहमी बसलेला असतो. आपण फॉलोअप साठी किती वेळा जातो, दर 3 महिन्यांनी 6 महिन्यांनी जातो. आई बाबांना घेऊन जातो, कुणाला आजी आजोबांना घेऊन जातो. सो त्याच्यासाठी तो एक क्लिनिक म्हणून नाव त्याचं ठेवलेलं आहे आणि तेच इथं आपण ठेवायचं. Every 1 month, last Saturday, let's say doctor, whoever is coming from industry, will be available for 2 hours as in mentoring clinic. The impact of this is very important. Now, let's say, for example, I come again and again every Saturday, last Saturday of every month, and I interact with students. Now I start knowing students. I know by their name. I know what is their interest, what is their problem. त्यांना कुठे स्टार्टअप मध्ये लीगल इश्यूज येतात आहे का, त्यांना एका लॉयरची गरज आहे का, त्यांना सीए ची गरज आहे का, त्यांना एका डेटा सायंटिस्टची गरज आहे का. मग मी काय करणार, त्यांना कनेक्ट करून देऊ शकतो. आता मी आज आलोय, मी परत कधीच नाही, मी डिसअपिअर होऊन जाईल. and never in life we could again connect, provided you invite people once again and all of that. But if you do that consistently, it will be beneficial for the industry expert as well as for the students as well, right? They can create that rapport with them. This can specifically happen with alumni support. तुमचे जे alumni असतील ते उच्च स्तरावर गेले असतील, काही सीईओ असतील किंवा काही हेड असतील कुठल्या सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये, मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये, कुठल्या कंपनीमध्ये, तर तुम्ही त्यांना या मेंटोरिंग क्लिनिक साठी इन्व्हाइट करू शकता. Funding opportunities. Again, all these alumni people who are like, let's say, I am alumni of Pune College of Pharmacy. कुठेही मला फंडिंग अपॉर्च्युनिटी दिसली तर I send that to the teachers of PCP, Pune College of Pharmacy, and ask students to apply for those funding opportunities, which I'm going to talk about as well in next 2-3 minutes. So this you can do. Another thing is, I'm going to right now, this is one active challenge going on. Okay, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Smart India Hackathon 2022 challenge June 4 ला हा ऍप्लिकेशन ओपन झालेला आहे. 3rd of July पर्यंत you can apply. And the results will be announced on 15 July. This is active challenge. Okay, if all the students, whoever is interested in startup, note this down. Smart Idea 2022 challenge. What is this? People who are in engineering background, who have ideas for agriculture, green technology, food and beverage, renewable energy, health and life sciences, pharma people can focus on this. Social impact म्हणजे जे ज्यांना चालता येत नाही, तुम्ही त्यांच्यासाठी एक ऑटोमॅटिक व्हीलचेअर बनवा, हे सोशल इम्पॅक्ट झालं. बरोबर. वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट, आपल्या फार्मा वेस्ट जे आहे, जे अनयुज्ड मेडिसिन्स असतात, ते एक्सपायर्ड मेडिसिन्स असतात, कुठेतरी डंप करतात. नागपूरच्या तिथे खूप मोठा एक एरिया आहे, तिथे अनयुज्ड मेडिसिन्स बर्न करतात. मग ते वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट साठी, इफ डू यू हॅव एनी आयडियाज इन युअर माइंड, व्हॉट एव्हर इट इज, या सगळ्यांसाठी ही चॅलेंज आहे. यू कॅन क्रिएट. नाव इम्पॉर्टंट पार्ट इज इन्सेंटिव्ह. बघा काय काय गव्हर्नमेंट देते. 2 lakh rupees cash prize for the winner. Fully sponsored 2 weeks trip for 2 members to Boston. Boston is in US. इथेच मी होतो for 2 years during October 2022 to participate in India at 75 celebrations. हे जे आपला आझादीचा अमृत महोत्सव चालू आहे ना, त्याच एक पार्ट आहे. वर्थ ₹6 lakh includes visa, fee, round trip, economy fare, food stay, हे सगळ्या गोष्टी. नाव नॉट ओनली दिस, रनर अप साठी पण आहे, तेही बॉस्टनला जाऊ शकतात. मग नॉन फिजिकल इन्सेंटिव्ह मध्ये पण ऍक्सेस टू नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न युनिव्हर्सिटीज. तुम्हाला जर पुढे जाऊन MS वगैरे करायचं असेल, गुडीज आहेत 20,000, म्हणजे व्हॉट एव्हर आहे, खूप गोष्टी आहेत. वुमेन साठी स्पेशली 50,000 कॅश प्राइज, फुल्ली स्पॉन्सर्ड 2 weeks ट्रिप फॉर 1 woman. असं गोल असला पाहिजे की नो, आय एम गोइंग टू गेट सिलेक्टेड फॉर दिस अँड गो टू बॉस्टन फॉर 2 weeks विच इज फुल्ली स्पॉन्सर्ड. अगेन स्पेशल इन्सेंटिव्ह, ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी. सो रिझन वाय आय एम शोईंग यू दिस इज, आज मी इथे आलो, तुमच्याशी बोललो, परत गेलो, झालं, सगळं संपलं विषय. पण आज हे मी तुम्हाला दाखवतोय, हे कुणीतरी नोट डाऊन करून घेतलंय. कॅश अँड ग्रँट्स अप टू 30 lakhs. त्याच्यातला एक जरी प्राइज आपल्या कॉलेजला उस्मानाबाद मध्ये जर एका मुलाला मिळालं तर ह्या पर्टिक्युलर सेशनचा, IIC चा, तुमच्या कॉलेजचा, स्टाफचा, सगळ्यांचा फायदा होणार आहे. आय मीन दॅट्स द व्हॅल्यू वी नीड टू क्रिएट, राईट? सो हेच मी तुम्हाला इथे दाखवत होतो की अशा अपॉर्च्युनिटीज तुम्हाला स्टार्टअप इंडिया government.in च्या वेबसाईट वरती मिळू शकतील. अनदर थिंग इज अपॉइंटिंग मेंटर्स और industry experts to train students for innovation and startups. Like you can collaborate with me. I can be like an mentor for the entire year. I can talk to students. I can talk to teachers. गरजेचं नाहीये टीचिंग, तुम्ही टीचिंग प्रोफेशन मध्ये आलात तर तुम्हाला स्टार्टअप नाही करता येणार. US मध्ये प्रत्येक टीचरचं एक स्टार्टअप असतं. म्हणजे टीचिंग करता करता, टीचिंग टाइम नंतर ते स्टार्टअप करतात घरी बसून, काहीतरी एक इनोव्हेटिव्ह गोष्टी करतात, काहीही करतात. प्रत्येक टीचरचं एक स्टार्टअप असतं. सो टीचर्स कॅन ऑल्सो बिकम स्टार्टअप फाउंडर्स. सो यू कॅन कोलॅबरेट लाईक पीपल लाईक मी. डेफिनेटली कसं काय करू शकतो हे द मॅनेजमेंट कमिटी अँड द मेंटॉर और द इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट्स इन अँड अराउंड उस्मानाबाद कॅन टॉक टू यू अबाउट इट. सिन्स ऑनलाईन एवढं वाढलेलं आहे तर तुम्ही अमेरिकेवरूनही मेंटॉर्स आणू शकता, मुंबईवरूनही आणू शकता. हे झालं टीचरसाठी. नाव स्टुडंट्स पार्ट. स्टुडंट्स, फोकस ऑन दिस. तुमच्यासाठी फेलोशिप्स आहेत. स्पर्श नावाची फेलोशिप आहे. आय एम नॉट गोइंग टू गो इन डिटेल. स्पर्श नावाची फेलोशिप आहे. इफ यू हॅव एनी सोशल आयडिया, लाईक मी जसं एक्झाम्पल दिलं, एल्डरली पीपल साठी ऑटोमेटेड व्हीलचेअर, फॉर पीपल हु हॅव युरिनेशन रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लेम, प्लांटेशनचा इश्यू आहे, सेफ सॉइलचा एक आता नवीन इश्यू चालू झालेला आहे. हे सगळं स्पर्श मध्ये येतं. यू कॅन अप्लाय फॉर दिस फेलोशिप. नाउ आय टेल यू द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ दिस फेलोशिप. यू कॅन गो ऑनलाइन अँड सर्च अबाउट इट. 50,000 per month. Any student can apply, any teacher can apply. No need that you need to be part of any campus or any organization. You can be in Usmanabad and be part of this fellowship. 50,000 per month for 18 months you will get. Plus 5 lakh rupees upfront grant. तुमच्या बँक अकाउंट मध्ये 5 लाख रुपये कॅश पैसे to do the innovation, to start up. या फेलोशिप मधून एकच एम आहे, 18 months मध्ये तुम्ही जे काय करताय त्याच्याने एक स्टार्टअप निर्माण होईल. सेम निधी AIR. निधी AIR मध्ये 30,000 per month for 12 months. You can find all of this. एक्सप्लोरेशन ग्रँट्स असतात. सोशल अल्फा नावाची एक ऑर्गनायझेशन आहे. इन्फोसिस फाउंडेशन, माशेलकर फेलोशिप्स. All these fellowships, note it down, take a picture, take a screenshot, search about it on Google. If not, get in touch with me. My details will be there at the end of this presentation. I'll help you with all of this. Since we have less of time, I'll not go in detail. ग्रँट्स मिळतात. BIG नावाची ग्रँट आहे. इफ यू आर सक्सेसफुल इन स्टार्टअप क्रिएटिंग सम प्रोडक्ट इन युअर कॉलेज डेज, यू विल गेट 50 lakh rupees फॉर डेव्हलपिंग युअर स्टार्टअप. प्रयास नावाची ग्रँट आहे, त्याच्यात यू विल गेट 10 lakh rupees. आय एम एन अवॉर्डी ऑफ प्रयास, आय एम एन अवॉर्डी ऑफ निधी. निधी हे सीड सपोर्ट प्रोग्राम SSS मध्ये 1 crore you get. And this is actual. No politics, nothing happens in this. Believe me, if not, get in touch with me. I will connect you with right people. त्याच्यामध्ये mentoring मिळतं, incubation मिळतं, all of that. Now for students and teachers and university, keep your eye on Startup India website, DST website, BIRAC, innovation cells like you're in new innovation IIC. Get in touch with people at Sign म्हणजे IIT बॉम्बेचं, जसं तुमचं IIC आहे तसं IIT बॉम्बेचं हे साइन आहे. वेंचर सेंटर फ्रॉम NCL पुणे, Catalyst from IIT Mandi. Note this down and type this keyword. You will get all the details. All right. Now we are moving forward. Now we are going to talk about startups, legal enterprise classifications, all of that. Until over here, any questions? Or maybe I'll just complete and then we can take questions. Now, if you want to start up, there are 5 total options you can go for. Enterprise classification we are talking here, proprietor, partnership, LLP, private limited, and OPC. Let us go one by one. We'll do quickly in 5-10 minutes, and then we can have 5 minutes. In 5 minutes we'll do it. In 5 minutes we can have interactive session. So for proprietor, the cost to start a proprietor is up to 5,000. This can happen immediately. There is no compliance. What you need is just a current account, shop act license if you want to open up a shop, let's say a pharmacy or whatever, GST number if you want to open a pharmacy retail, you need FDA license. Usually for startups this is not advisable because you don't get Startup India recognition. Partnership firm, you need at least 2 partners. The cost to set this up is 5,000 to 7,000. This will happen. It will take 10 days to form a partnership firm. What you need to do is create a deed of partnership, registration at the registrar office, and minimum 2 partners. This can be held by CS. CS is company secretary. Right? This is again not advisable because you don't get Startup India recognition. Now, out of 100% startups in India, maximum 90% startups are LLP or private limited. The cost to set this up is 10,000 to 12,000. This can happen in 10 to 15 days. You will need 2 partners. Limited liability partners means, let's say there are 2 partners. One partner does some fraud in the company and runs away. So the official government authorities cannot come and screw the other partner. Let's say A runs away, the police and all these government authorities cannot come and sue, as in put case on partner number B, because partner number B is only limited liable for his own actions, right? If A is running away, the B cannot do anything, right? So that's why this is called as limited liability partner, and this is highly recommended because you never know. Students who pass out, sometimes some people want to leave the company in between. It's not only about running away, doing a fraud. Some people are not really adjusting in that city. They want to go back to their hometown. They want to do a job, whatever. They can leave in between, no problem. This is highly recommended because you get Startup India recognition. Startup India recognition, MSME certificate is very important in terms of saving taxes, getting incentives by the government, applying for various schemes by the government, getting grants, all of this. Now all these facilities are there for private limited. Private limited is most admired and most suited for Indian companies. If your private limited company, if your startup is private limited, if you want to export something to different companies, in different countries, they will only accept your goods if your company is private limited. The cost to set this up is very little high, 20,000 rupees it takes 15 days. In this, there are no partners, there are directors. You will need minimum two directors, and equity share allotment will be there. Let's say a private limited company is there. I am one director. The initial capital we are putting in the company is 1 lakh rupees. I have only 20,000. So I will put 20,000. Other partner will put 80,000. 80% shares of the company will be with that other partner. I will only have 20% shares. So this is very sorted type of startup. Company, you will need company name approval. With this type of startup, it is easy to get investment from the investors, bank, government authorities. You will get Startup India recognition. You will get international recognition. You can also avail MSME certificate for this. Now OPC, what happens in private limited is you get 2-3 directors. Sometimes you don't have directors. I have only idea in my mind. I don't have any friends or partners who can come as directors with me. Then government initiated this new form of company that is called as OPC, one person company. 12 to 15,000 rupees is the setting cost. You can start your startup in this cost. It will take 15 days. No minimum criteria, no 2 directors. You will be only one individual director, and all the benefits are same as above. Okay. So going ahead, other requirements while forming company. Unique company name is very important. If you have to stand out separately, like Flipkart, Amazon, you see 1mg, Netmeds, Practo, all these are such different names, right? Unique company names, we can easily remember those, and then it creates value in the market as well. Finding domain name as in google.com, amazon.com and amazon.in, geo.org, geo.in, netmeds.co.in, हे सगळे जे असतात हे डोमेन नेम आहेत. हे तुम्हाला गुगल डोमेन वरती जायचं या साईट वरती आणि तिथं तुम्ही टाईप करू शकता. तुम्हाला जे काय कंपनीचं नाव लक्षात येत आहे की लेट्स से एबीसी सोल्युशन्स प्रायव्हेट लिमिटेड.com, हे आहे का डोमेन नेम अवेलेबल? जर असेल अवेलेबल देन वेल अँड गुड. यू कॅन ऑल्सो फाईल ट्रेडमार्कची व्हॅल्यू असते. जर इफ यू हॅव अ ट्रेडमार्क ऑन युअर कंपनी नेम, द व्हॅल्युएशन ऑफ युअर कंपनी ऑल्सो इन्क्रीजेस. To do all of this, you can appoint a CA who is chartered accountant or a CS or maybe both who is company secretary. ते थोडेफार काही चार्ज करतात. तुमच्या फॅमिलीमध्ये किंवा फ्रेंड्स मध्ये कोणी असतील तर सुरुवातीला त्यांना अपॉइंट करा, ते कमी चार्ज करतील आणि ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी वरच्या ज्या आहेत ते तुम्हाला हेल्प करतील. हे पण सगळं जे फॉर्म करायचं आहे या सगळ्या गोष्टींसाठी ते तुम्हाला हेल्प करू शकतील. CS किंवा CA ही सगळी जी इन्फॉर्मेशन आहे तेही तुम्हाला देऊ शकतील आणि इन डिटेल देऊ शकतील. Okay, with this is a summary I'm going to present. Ignition is important. Ignition म्हणजे एक किक स्टार्ट लागते, त्याच्यासाठी ओपन चॅलेंजेस ऑर्गनाइज करा. Clusters म्हणजे collaborate with startups, companies for nurturing and mentoring. This is what you can do. Support check for affiliations from DST, Nidhi, Startup India, BIRAC. Experience, give students, motivate students and young teachers with capstone projects like live problem solving. जसं लुपिनचं सांगितलं मी तुम्हाला. आणि नेटवर्किंग इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टंट. एल्युमिनाय पोटेन्शियलचा उपयोग करा. tie-ups with tech partners like technology transfers. Honorable principal was talking about it. Consultants ठेवा. Incubation centers बरोबर tie-up करा. This is the summary to move forward. This all will help you for all the legal and ethical aspects of startups. All right. With this, I am going to pause over here. It's 16:48. I mean 4:48. We have next 10 to 15 minutes of time to interact with each other. I'm going to just put this screen in front of you. My name is Dr. Niraj Bafna. I'm founder of RXCO Labs and FEPAC. My email address is mentioned over here. Just in case you need any reference, you want to get in touch with me, you can talk to Dr. Nagesh Tor sir. He can help you and give you my personal phone number, and you can get in touch with me as well. Yes, I am now looking forward for wonderful questions from your side so that it will help you to start up, go ahead, be successful in your startups or find great jobs after your pharmacy education. I have posted my email address in the chat box and link to this Startup India hackathon also I am putting up on the chat box. You can just copy and keep it somewhere.
Thank you so much, sir, for your precious guidance. We are so lucky to hear you. Your guidance is definitely going to be helpful for our students who are planning for the new startup. Now from students, we have the queries to ask to sir.
Any questions are there? Students, faculties who want to interact with the guest or having some queries, they can ask regarding startup.
So I'll tell you one thing. India there are total 100 unicorns. Unicorns as in unicorn startup. The valuation of one unicorn startup is $1 billion US dollar. तसे 100 आहे. Out of all 100 unicorn in India, there is not even one startup which is founded by a pharmacist. The reason behind that is, I'm not telling pharmacists or engineers are not doing great. The reason behind that is we all are talented. We all can do enough in our life. But we like to settle at a low level, or we like to settle whatever is available in our resources. We don't like to get out of our comfort zone, go outside the box, struggle, take initiative and achieve things. Because this is a little weird, awkward. ह्याच्यात काय होतं, लोक काय म्हणतील, मी असं केलं तर ते काय म्हणतील, सोसायटल फिअर्स आणि प्रेशर्स जे असतात त्याच्यामुळे वी काइंड ऑफ lay back and we do not come front and do upfront activities. Like same over here. Why aren't there are questions today? There are more than what, I don't know, maybe 30-35 participants right now. Half of them, maybe 60% of them have left the session in between. I mean, at least 3-4 questions should come. And मला questions नाही विचारलं तर it is well and good. I mean, I'm just going to switch off the meeting and go back to my regular work. Or सगळेजण तसंच करणार आहेत, कामिनी मॅम, नागेश सर, everyone. But questions विचारलं तर the doubts which are there in your mind are going to get solved. फायदा कुणाचा आहे? आय थिंक तुमचाच आहे, माझं काहीच नाहीये याच्यात. तर मला पैसे जास्त भेटणार आहेत याच्यामुळे, जास्त क्वेश्चन्स विचारल्यामुळे जास्त पैसे, असं काही नाही. So it's up to you again. I mean, if questions नसतील आणि if we have time of 5 minutes, I would like to share one more small story of Goli Vada Pav. Goli Vada Pav is a famous Vada Pav chain in Pune, Mumbai. Mostly in Pune, Mumbai. I don't know if it is if you have seen anything like that in your part of महाराष्ट्र, मे बी उस्मानाबाद त्या साईडला असेल का नाही माहित नाही. गोली वडापाव जे आपण म्हणतो, आय मीन इफ देर आर नो क्वेश्चन्स आय कॅन टॉक अबाउट दॅट पर्टिक्युलर startup. It is a startup. Selling vada pav is also a great startup. Questions असेल तर definitely our priority should be to address the questions. If not, I think 3 to 5 चा time होता. We can utilize another 5 minutes of time for this story if there are no questions. I mean, if it is allowed, the host can definitely comment on this.
Sir, you can continue.
Okay, great. All right, there are no questions. म्हणजे याचा अर्थ असा आहे की टीचर सांगायचे क्वेश्चन्स नसले की एक तर सगळं कळालं नाही तर काहीच नाही कळालं, राईट. I will consider that तुम्हाला सगळं कळालं. So I will not go on the negative side, right? All right, great. So आजचे 2 तास माझे फ्रुटफुल आणि इम्पॅक्टफुल होते. I will consider in that way. And now I'll start with this story. गोळी वडापाव 2 पार्टनर्स होते. त्यांनी विचार केला की what is the most famous snack which is ate by all the Maharashtrians in Maharashtra. So they came up with huge list. समोसा, वडापाव, मिसळ पाव, पोहे, या सगळ्या गोष्टी. पण सगळ्यात आवडीची गोष्ट जी होती ती होती वडापाव. आणि सगळ्यात क्विकली QSR जे आपण म्हणतो, क्विक सर्व्हिस रेस्टॉरंट मध्ये त्या फॉर्म मध्ये आपण काय देऊ शकतो तर वडापाव. सो त्यांनी हा गॅप आयडेंटिफाय केला आणि स्टँडर्ड टेस्ट मध्ये स्टँडर्ड वेगवेगळ्या वडापावच्या फॉर्मॅट मध्ये ते हे विकायला सुरुवात झाली. सक्सेसफुल झालं. आता त्यांना हे एक्सपॅन्ड करायचं आहे. एम आय ऑडिबल? इज माय व्हॉइस ऑडिबल?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So now they wanted to expand this. पुण्यात 10-12 लोकेशन झाले होते, मुंबईमध्ये 20-25 लोकेशन झाले होते. नाउ इफ दे हॅव टू एक्सपॅन्ड, त्यांना वडापावच्या कोरिलेटेड काहीतरी चालू करायला लागेल. वडापाव ठेवले आणि त्यांनी काहीतरी मध्येच काहीतरी आणलं तर ते चालणार नाही. आता काय करावं, वडापाव बरोबर त्यांनी काय विकावं सो दॅट त्यांचं बिझनेस पण चालू होईल आणि नवीन एक्सपान्शन पण होईल. दे डिड वन व्हेरी नाईस ऍक्टिव्हिटी. Now this is design thinking process. What they did is, एका बस स्टेशनच्या साईडला एक त्यांनी स्टॉल उभा केला आणि एका कॉलेजच्या बाहेर एक स्टॉल उभा केला. बाहेर त्यांनी काय सांगितलं की 2 स्टुडंट्स होते, यू कॅन कम, वी आर ऑफरिंग यू फ्री वडापाव. सगळ्यांना फ्री वडापाव देत होते, गोळी वडापाव. फ्री वडापाव कोणाला नकोय? स्टुडंट्सला बस स्थानकाच्या शेजारी सगळे कामाला जातात येतात, वडापाव फ्री भेटला तर चांगलाच आहे. ते पण गोळी वडापाव, ठीक आहे, सगळे यायचे. पण त्याला एक कंडिशन होती. पुढे स्टॉल होता, मागे एक कर्टन लावला होता आणि त्याच्या मागे अजून एक स्टॉल होता, तो दिसत नव्हता. सो कंडिशन वॉज दॅट इफ यू वॉन्ट अ फ्री वडापाव, यू विल हॅव टू प्ले वन गेम अँड दॅट गेम वॉज केप्ट बिहाइंड द कर्टन्स. गेम अशी होती की समोर असे वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टी ठेवलेल्या होते आणि ती फनफेअर मध्ये गेम यायची बघा, एक रिंग असायची. वी विल थ्रो दॅट रिंग ऑन वन पर्टिक्युलर प्रॉडक्ट आणि जर त्या प्रॉडक्ट मध्ये ती गोष्ट आपली रिंग गेली त्या ज्यूस मध्ये किंवा त्या गिफ्ट मध्ये, तर तो गिफ्ट आपल्याला मिळायचा आणि दॅट वी कॅन टेक होम. ही सेम रिंग थ्रोईंग रिंग गेम त्यांनी तिथे ठेवली होती आणि त्यांनी तिथे वेगवेगळे पदार्थ ठेवले होते. ज्यूस ठेवलं होतं, पेप्सी ठेवली होती, कोक ठेवलं होतं, त्यानंतर अजून भरपूर काही असे खाण्याचे पदार्थ, पिण्याचे पदार्थ ठेवले होते. आणि त्यांनी काय अंदाज लावला होता की ज्या प्रॉडक्ट वरती सगळ्यात जास्त रिंग फेकली जाईल तो प्रॉडक्ट आपण न्यू प्रॉडक्ट म्हणून, तो खाण्याचा प्रॉडक्ट किंवा पदार्थ न्यू प्रॉडक्ट म्हणून आपल्या गोळी वडापाव सेंटर्स मध्ये इंट्रोड्यूस करायचा. तर त्यांना कन्फ्युजन होतं कुठलं करायचं, पेप्सी ठेवायची, कोक ठेवायचे, चहा कॉफी ठेवायची, अजून काय सँडविचेस वगैरे ठेवायचे, त्यांना काहीच कळत नव्हतं. म्हणून त्यांनी ही गेम ऑर्गनाईज केली आणि सगळ्यांना स्टुडंट्सला बोलवलं. कमीत कमी 500-600 जण आले एक 4-5 दिवसाच्या दरम्यान आणि सगळ्यांनी थ्रो केलं ही रिंग. आणि सगळ्यात जास्त रिंग ज्या ईटेबल वरती थ्रो झाली त्यांनी ते इंट्रोड्यूस केलं. आता मला तुम्हाला फक्त एक विचारायचं आहे की तुम्ही गेस करू शकता का कुठला असा एक ईटेबल असेल त्यांनी तो त्या गेम मध्ये ठेवला होता आणि तो गोळी वडापावच्या सगळ्या सेंटर्स मध्ये तो इंट्रोड्यूस केला. कॅन एनीवन गेस दॅट प्रॉडक्ट, गेस दॅट ईटेबल? यू कॅन गेस एनिथिंग. तिथे खूप प्रकारचे पदार्थ होते, सँडविचेस होते, कॉफी होती, वेगवेगळे कोल्ड्रिंक्स होते, फ्रुटी होती, ज्युसेस होते, काही. नो गेसेस? ऑलराईट, मी तुम्हाला सांगतो सगळ्यात जास्त जर रिंग कुठल्या ईटेबल वरती थ्रो झाली होती तर ते होतं वन ऑफ द मोस्ट फेवरेट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र इज चहा, टी. लोक महाराष्ट्रामध्ये म्हणतात एक वडापाव आणि एक कप चहा, ह्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त सुख नाही. पावसाळ्यात तर आणखीन जास्त भारी. सो दिस पर्टिक्युलर ऍक्टिव्हिटी गोळी वडापाव पीपल डेड आणि त्यांना कन्क्लुजन मिळालं की आपण वडापाव बरोबर दुसरं काहीच विकायला नाही पाहिजे आणि फक्त त्याच्यावर चहा विकला तर आपला बिझनेस हा डबल होणार. कारण चहा मध्ये पण खूप मोठा मार्जिन आणि वडापाव मध्ये पण खूप मोठा मार्जिन. म्हणून त्यांनी चहा, वडापाव प्लस टी ह्या दोन गोष्टी त्यांनी त्यांच्या सेंटर्स मध्ये इंट्रोड्यूस केल्या. मग त्यांनी टी मध्ये इलायची टी, जिंजर टी, ग्रीन टी, वेगवेगळ्या टीज इंट्रोड्यूस केल्या. पण सुरुवातीला मसाला चहा म्हणजे जी आपली महाराष्ट्राची फेवरेट ड्रिंक आहे ती इंट्रोड्यूस केली. आणि इट वेंट सक्सेसफुल. It went so hit that people loved the concept. So this is what it is about: innovation, startup, design thinking. खूप मोठे पैसे खर्च करून खूप मोठा बिझनेस उभा होऊ शकतो, स्टार्टअप होऊ शकतो असं काहीही नसतं. तुम्हाला फक्त लोकांना काय हवंय हे काढून घेण्याची टेक्निक कळायला पाहिजे. लोकांना काय हवंय त्यांनी ह्या रिंगच्या गेम मधून काढून घेतलं आणि सगळ्यांनी चहा, कारण वडापाव बरोबर चहा प्यायला सगळ्यांना फार जास्त आवडतं. हे तुम्हीच सांगा मला खरं आहे का खोटं? म्हणजे मला तरी खरं वाटतं. सो ही स्टोरी आहे इनोव्हेशन आणि स्टार्टअपची. अशा गोष्टी पण घडतात आणि अशाही रीते लोक इनोव्हेशन करतात आणि सक्सेसफुल होतात लाईफ मध्ये. ऑलराईट, सो मी माझ्या साईडने आता थांबतोय. आय विल आस्क द कॉलेज अथॉरिटीज टू टेक दिस फॉरवर्ड. या
सर, मला एक क्वेश्चन होता.
येस येस.
सर, ते स्टार्टअप इंडियाचं जे आहे फेलोशिप ती PhD साठी पण आहे का?
हो, PhD साठीही असते. फेलोशिप तुम्हाला PhD साठी मिळते. आणि आता रिसेंटली एक अकॅडमिक रिसर्च फेलोशिप पण निघालेली आहे तुम्ही एकच सेकंड, मी त्याची लिंक पण लगेच टाकतो. मी नागेश सरांना व्हॉट्सअप वरती ती लिंक टाकतो. त्याच्यामध्ये स्पेसिफिकली दोज पीपल हु आर देअर इन अकॅडमिक्स डुईंग PhD दे कॅन अप्लाय फॉर दिस फेलोशिप्स आणि त्यांना फंडिंग मिळते. म्हणजे तुमचं जे रेग्युलर कॉलेजचं फंडिंग वगैरे आहे ते त्याच्या व्यतिरिक्त तुम्हाला ही फंडिंग पण मिळते आणि अलॉंग विथ ऑल अदर बेनिफिट्स.
थँक्यू सर. Now I would like to request Daud sir to guide us.
Good evening to one and all. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to put for a vote of thanks. Today we had an opportunity to hear Dr. Niraj sir. The thoughts shared by Dr. Niraj Bafna sir will surely be going to encourage us in our future also. On behalf of management, principal, faculties and students, a really hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Niraj Bafna sir, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion, and the bond between our institute and Dr. Niraj sir will get more strengthened in the future also. And once again, I am very much thankful to Bafna sir for giving this opportunity to be here in this startup program. Thank you, sir.
I would also like to thank Nagesh sir for inviting me. It is always pleasure to talk to students from the pharmacy profession. I have been doing multiple sessions with a lot of colleges in and around Pune, talking to students from the college which is in Usmanabad, is also going to help students as well as me to understand the mindset and how people go through for the startup related activities. This has been kind of wonderful session. Thank you so much to the college authorities for inviting me once again.